Hey guys, welcome to Living Tomorrow Today, and this is, I think, episode 4 of going northeast, and for some reason things seem to be kind of falling apart. It's like we've gone back to day one, especially with the Hensley hitch. I don't know why we were having such a hard time. I don't know, we just got too comfortable or what it is, but we've been having a hard time hooking up and unhooking. We finally got it.
At this spot, just
at this spot. And yesterday, the check engine light came on in the truck. I'm hoping it's just because I need a new filter. I can't just go buy one because I have an aftermarket filter, and Labor Day weekend's coming up, and it's not going to be in on time if we have it shipped from Amazon. So,
or even from any shops. We called shops all yesterday.
Yeah, so we're gonna see if we can get something done while we get to Williamsburg and the DC area. This is going to be our first trip, I think, where at least I feel a little bit more concerned or worried or, I don't know, scared, because we're getting closer to all that area where there's tolls, and the RV park we're going to is small, and I don't know. We'll see. So we're going to have a lot to share with you probably on this video.
Hopefully all good things.
Yeah, I don't think so. So we are at the New Kent, I think it's called New Kent rest area. It's probably one of the biggest rest areas that we've been to. Huge parking area for the RVs. And what's really cool about this place is that they have all sorts of information if you are new to the area. And they have people that are working here. They can help you reserve tours and all sorts of stuff. So I definitely recommend that you stop by. And if you're new like us and don't know exactly where to go, I would make the stop. And it's also one of the few rest stops that we've been able to get to on our trip. So we're on 64 East. I'll put some pictures of where we are, but definitely stop by. I'm going to walk around and see what tips we can get for maximizing our time in Williamsburg.
Fort Monroe, 565 acres, was a Union-held fort during the Confederacy. The fort was built from 1819 to 1834, served as an army post until September of 2011.
So we just got a wealth of information from stopping in here. And one of the biggest things was really asking how to maximize our time here, because there's so much to see. I think we got a good idea now of how we want to start our days and stuff like that. So, and there's a bunch of coupons too. So.
Hey, did we want to go take a picture?
Oh yeah.
Over there.
Definitely one of the largest parking areas I've seen. It could be that there's nobody here, but as you can see, lots of spaces to park in. I think this is probably one of the best rest stops we've ever been at. We made it to Anvil Campground, and I really like this place. This place is really cool. It is a little small, but it's just really nice. The staff is super friendly. The check-in area is really cool. The internet is fantastic. They have a pool that's really clean. It's not the biggest pool, but it's nice and well kept. There's a really nice kids area. There are cabins here if you're interested in that. Probably not since we're RVing, but it is a really cool place. And these are the coolest connections I've seen for like power and stuff. 50/30 water. So very cool. So that is clearly the biggest downside to this RV park. But honestly, I think there's plenty of people that bothers, but it never really bothered me. The train comes by a few times a day, and maybe even more. The thing is that we're not here during the day really, because the reason we're here is so that we can go out and explore. The only time we really noticed the train was the day that we stayed in the park all day. 7 in the morning, we're still usually asleep, or maybe I'm the only one awake, and the AC is going on inside the RV. The sound of the tracks for me was never an issue, so that's just something to be aware of. We just got here. We're gonna try and rush over to Jamestown and check all that out, and we will see y'all in just a little bit. So we made it into Jamestown. We are a little late. It's almost 4 and they close at 5. So something really cool that they did was that they gave us some late arrival tickets, and that allows us to come back to Jamestown up until Monday without having to pay. So we almost get a little extra time, and we can see part of it right now, and then we can see another part of it a little later. And I don't know about you guys, but I love the fact that we are here. Like, for me, this is kind of why we decided to do this. So this just happened. We are done eating at 31 Craft, which is very, very good, by the way. And somebody parked behind our truck. And of course, I don't have enough room to back up.
So now we have
Cubs 19 from Virginia. Gah. So now I don't know if they're at this restaurant. No, that's State Farm. I don't think they're there. No, they gotta be in here. So I'm gonna go over there and see if I can find the owner so they can just move out of the way a little bit and back up. So today we are at the American Revolutionary Museum. Kind of self-evident what this place is going to be about. We were able to come in today because we bought our combo pass that gave us access to Jamestown and this museum as well. So if you think you will be doing both, which you more than likely will, it's probably a good idea to save a little bit of money and buy the combo pass. But definitely one of the coolest things about everywhere that we've been is that they have they call it a living history museum, so they have a lot of actors and a lot of areas that are simulating the stuff we are learning about. So it's really dark now, you can't even see me, so we're gonna make our way inside. So it looks like we made it here just in time for the artillery demonstration that lasts about 20 minutes. So we're trying to rush over here and get to it, and then we're gonna start exploring the museum.
Yeah, I caught that spark. Alright, so get that going. Try not to burn my fingers. I wrap that in my rope. That's how these guys get their cars
So something that makes coming to these museums totally worth the expense, because it is probably a little more expensive than going to quote unquote a regular museum, is the actors and all of the setup that they put up so that you can watch and enjoy. Now these, and I shouldn't really just call them actors, because I mean they are acting, but they are extremely knowledgeable on what they are talking about. I mean, you can ask them almost anything related to the role they are playing, and they so far have been able to answer everything. Something that I found really interesting is that it's not like a crew came out and dug that hole and then they just assigned them to work that. So the person working that actually dug out that kitchen right there, and they make the fire and they cook the food. So they actually do they actually serve in the role they are acting in. And I think that just helps them get a better understanding of what they're doing. So yeah, it is a little bit more expensive than going to a regular museum, but totally worth it, because you really just don't get that sort of experience that you would get from anywhere else. So
you see, for 8 solid days and nights, there's a constant artillery bombardment just through these trees in that little village of York. There's 8,000 British and Hessian soldiers trapped there. There's no safe place in that town. There's a cliff that goes down to a narrow beach along the river. Some of the sick and wounded are taken to that beach to get away from shot and shell. But there's no safe place in Yorktown for a British hospital.
And everybody says that they were so short back then, but they weren't. They just slept in a more upright position. So you have pillows behind you. So think about acid reflux or snoring.
are you snoring? We've been here for about 2 hours, and we've spent all our time outside listening to everybody tell us about the camps and the farms and everything that they have outside. And if you are wondering, you are able to leave as long as you have your sticker. And so what we're gonna do is go grab some lunch. There's I looked on Google Maps, and there's a ton of places to go, less than a mile away. So we're gonna go grab some lunch and then come back.
There is a cafe inside.
Oh, there is?
Yeah, there's.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, but
there's probably no beer.
I think you can get like beer.
And then we're gonna come back and do all of the inside exhibits. So that's the plan right now. So this is Yorktown Beach, and I didn't even know this was here. It's 1 mile from the American Revolutionary Museum, and I wish I knew this was here, because we would have brought some clothes to hop into the water. So if you are coming down this way, this is something you may want to consider, because it's so cool, and plenty of swimming area. Parking is doable. You just have to drive around and find it, but it really wasn't that hard. I was able to park the truck relatively easily. And just keep in mind that if you do come down here for lunch, like we are from the museum, it is going to be busy. You are going to have to drive around, find a spot, and then walk to your restaurant. So just keep that in mind. I don't think it would be this busy if it was the week, but this is Sunday, so there's a lot more people out here. And as you would expect in a popular area with restaurants, there is a wait as soon as we got here. But it's not too bad. They told us half an hour for 4 people, so. Well, that's gonna finish up our time here in Virginia. We are finally leaving the state tomorrow. We had a good time. I finished off with a little tour of Copper Fox Distillery. I picked up a bottle of their single malt whiskey.
And so this is called the kilning process. This is the kiln. And so yeah, feel free to look down in there. It smells like toasted bread. So yeah, we got rye, barley, wheat, oats coming through that we're malting. And so what we'll do, that perforated metal floor sitting about 1.5 feet off of another concrete floor. And in the next room, we have a heater, a smoker, and a fan. That's 100% hand malted barley. It's smoked with a combination of applewood and cherry wood. Wow. And then on that back end, we're using that chipping method. So this is the one that we started that method with, using a combination of applewood and oak wood.
That's crazy, all the flavors you get from it.
Kind of get that like essence of Scotch, and it's got that sort of Americanized twist to it with the fruit wood.
Let's see if you can do it again. Oh, you got nervous. The video made you nervous. No. Oh! Delicious. Highly recommend it. If you guys make it down to Williamsburg, Virginia, make sure you swing by and visit them. And they have a great tour. You can stop by and taste some of the whiskeys afterward. You can order different drinks and just hang out in their patio or outside, play games, and they have board games in there too, so it's just a good time. And as you saw, they do welcome kids. They have games for the kids as well. So we're gonna make our way to Maryland tomorrow morning. It's a really short drive, only 2.5 hours according to Google, so maybe 3.5 for us. And we're going to start exploring Washington, D.C. So we're really excited about that, looking forward to it. If you're new to the channel, please make sure to subscribe. Give us a thumbs up if you saw anything you liked, and hit that notification bell so you know as soon as we put out a new video. Yeah, we're making our way to Maine. We're getting close, guys. It's see, Maryland. I already booked our 1,000 trails in Pennsylvania. We've been moving pretty fast. We are really looking forward to staying for 2 weeks in one location. But that's not going to happen until we get to New Hampshire. DC is going to be 3 nights. That is not 1,000 trails, so that's kind of expensive, so it's only 3 nights. Pennsylvania is 1,000 trails, so we won't have to pay for that, but we're only staying there for 4 nights so that we can spend the majority of our time up in the New Hampshire, Maine area and explore that without having to pay. So that's the plan right now. Things might change, but I think they're pretty solid right there. All right, I will see you guys at the next one.